The phenomenon, the woman who is Oprah Winfrey. After 25 years, she ended her daytime talk show today, and so it is a moment for taking stock. What has Oprah just completed, and how did she do it? And why do so many people care? Barbara Walters joined me for a look at her legacy.
1 more hour of television history.
The buildup was mammoth, but for all the dramatics, all the heartfelt tributes,
I know you don't have children of your own, but you have mothered millions.
That we will never
all of the tears,
in this lifetime.
for her final program today, it was just Oprah on her own set saying thank you.
From you, whose names I will never know, I learned what love is. You and this show have been the great love of my life.
25 years have come and gone.
4,561 shows later, the program that in many ways redefined the talk show with a mix of spiritual self-help
I wanted people to be responsible for the energy they brought to me.
and girl talk.
Was it a consummated marriage?
Oh my God, Oprah.
I have to ask you that question.
She laughs, she screams, she cries, she emotes. She's a great performer.
We thought who better to analyze the phenomenon that is Oprah than the woman she said she wanted to grow up to be, Barbara Walters.
I see you on the Today Show, and I say, there's a woman. She's holding that space. Wow, she did that. Maybe I can do that.
But in fact, Oprah wasn't like anyone else. Consider what she told Barbara in their first interview back in 1988.
Somewhere I've always known that I was born for greatness in my life. Somewhere I've always felt it.
I mean, that's quite a statement. I was born to do great things, but she really feels that. And Cynthia, she has.
It was in that first interview with Walters that Oprah made it crystal clear. As hard as it might be, she was not going to hide from her own tragedies. She would bear them all, like the rape she endured at the age of 9.
And I'd been left with a 19-year-old cousin. And he raped me. I went into the 5th grade that fall. And I remember Maria Gonzalez on the playground telling me how babies came into the world and how you made babies. So I went through the entire 5th grade every day thinking, I'm going to have a baby. And at the time, though, I didn't know that you had to be...
You make me want to cry.
Yeah. And so that's why I weep for the lost innocence. I weep for that. Because you're never the same again. You're never the same.
She seemed to take her shame, her suffering, her vulnerabilities, and turn them into empowerment for herself and her viewers. Her abuse helped others deal with theirs. Who can forget this moment?
There are 200 men standing in our studio audience right now. Each one is holding a picture of themselves at the age when they say they were first sexually abused.
She makes people confess, and she is everybody's confessor. Before you confess, she's already done it. She knows the questions to ask that are very provocative and personal, and that someone else might not ask.
The color of your skin is obviously different than it was when you were younger.
I have a skin disorder that destroys the pigmentation of the skin. It's something that I cannot help.
But celebrities were the least of it.
Have you ever felt this way?
The show seemed to deal with all the social issues of the day, from racism
to try and understand the feelings and motivations of the people of all white Forsyth County
to AIDS.
When did the rest of the town, did you know the rest of the town also knew you had AIDS?
When the newspaper ran something every day on it.
Oprah has said it was the real people on her program who touched her most deeply, people like Maddie Stepanek.
Well, how are you? How is your health? How are you doing?
I'm doing a lot better health-wise. I'm doing very well excitement-wise.
cared for everyone, big and small. What is it that she does that is so effective?
She cares, and she says, whatever you're going through, I went through too. And look where I am today, and you can be.
Who does Walters think will carry forward Oprah's message of self-acceptance?
Lady Gaga reminds me a little bit of Oprah. And you know when she talks about her little monsters? She says to them, be yourself. I was nobody. I was nothing. Nobody believed in me, but you can make it. This is Lady Gaga. It is a different time, but the same message.
Oprah's daytime show may have ended, but her influence certainly has not, as was made manifest on yesterday's show, when more than 400 men who she helped send to college came to pay their tributes.
Because we knew you, we hadn't changed.
Are you proud of her?
I'm very proud of her, and I also like her enormously. I respect her, I admire her, and I truly like her.
And I thank you for being as much of a sweet inspiration for me as I've tried to be for you. I won't say goodbye. I'll just say, until we meet again.
You are walking down